Hi guys, how are you today? I hope it's a good day for you. I wanted to do a little video about my new setup that I've got for quilting and arts and crafts and stuff like that, and um, talk a little bit about organization and why it's important to stay organized when we have fibromyalgia. This is my current setup. As you can see, it's very small. I've just got a little space behind our couch in the corner of our living room. And that's because the current craft room I have, I realized that we could use that space more as for family stuff, and that I like being in the main living area when I'm doing my crafts. So I would rather sacrifice the space to be able to, how do I explain it? I would rather sacrifice this space that I have in order to be in an area where I'm comfortable and don't feel like where I have everything that I need to create, basically. And so I have my television nearby. I've got the coffee maker nearby. It's in a familiar place. I don't feel like I'm in the back of the house away from people coming and going. And, so yeah, and there's just more light in this room overall, even though this film is kind of dark. So down here, I still have my most of my quilting fabrics in the file cabinets, and above that, I have this shelves. I've moved those out here, and I have a little bit different setup. It's right over my sewing machine, so that I can reach up and grab what I need out of the boxes. And as I'm cutting fabrics, I have back here, I have 3 boxes that I can put the scraps into. So I have black and whites here, and I have basic colors here, and then I have more pastels here. And then I have a separate thing for my tulip pink scraps that I want to keep separate for some reason, because I love her design so much. So I've got my current project laid out here, and this is where I cut. And then under here, I've, oops, sorry. Under here, I have to organize this drawer still, so it's still a mess. Trying to figure out if I want to have little bins in here so that everything's lined up. If I want to take the thread out and move it completely out of here. So I have to figure that out yet. But I went through this, and I've got all my notions and stuff all bagged up in different categories. I've got needles in here, and buttons and stuff in here. And I've got my geometry set there. And so this is kind of awkward. So I've got, stencils here and circle patterns and different things there. And in the bottom, I've got, this is a quilt that I've been planning forever, and I haven't been able to get it together. And then I've got to go through this drawer too. But I want to get that quilt done before I try and organize that drawer. And then over the top of it, I've got my inspiration board still. It hasn't changed at all. I haven't gone through it and turned all the pictures, because I turned it the opposite way of what I had it. So I haven't gone through and turned everything right side up yet. And then over here I've got a practice thing that I like. I hung on the wall. And I have my rulers hanging here right above where my sewing machine is. And I put this, when my husband made this table for me, I put the sewing machine at an angle so that when I open this drawer like this, and I move it away from the wall, I can actually put my ironing board back behind there, and then I have this space over here where I can drape the quilt, so that it's all kind of supported there as I'm trying to quilt it. So that's that area. And then over here behind me, if I turn behind, where is it? This is where I have my ironing board. And I store a lot of stuff here on the back of the couch. Nobody uses this end of the couch. And then I have more storage down here where I can keep things. And then I have it blocked off for little hands can't get back here and get into my needles and pins. And then in here's the office, my husband's office, and this is where I put my design wall back there because it's far enough away that I can step back and see it. And that's about the only space I have to really hang it. So that's that. You know, it's always making adjustments, trying to plan things out, figure things out. So yeah, I think that's it. But if you have any ideas about organization, let me know. Love to hear them. I'd love to hear from you guys, and any ideas you have and what you're working on. I'd love to see pictures and stuff. If you want to post them, let me know your Instagram and I'll go and look at them. So I hope you have a good day. Hope you're well and healthy and you're able to do a little bit of what you like and what inspires you. So yeah, I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about how important it is to stay organized when we're suffering from fibromyalgia. The big thing for me is that I have very little energy and I have a lot of creative ideas. So when I have the energy to work on something, I want it to be right at hand, easily accessible, and everything's all set up for me to get to work and not have to worry about taking things out and putting things back again all the time. So if everything's right at hand and easily accessible, it takes the strain off trying to organize it at the time. It gives me a little more psychic energy or a little bit more drive to just get in and sit down for the few minutes I might have to work on something. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that this is just a little last minute kind of video, and there's probably a lot of background noise and it's not making a lot of sense, but I hope it strikes a chord with you guys and you kind of get an idea of kind of how I manage my days, how I manage my fibro, and I hope that it will give you encouragement for whatever you're interested in, that you would find the time and the space, the energy to do something that really gives you joy.